What is up, ladies and gentlemen, and beautiful people of the Crasher community? How are you guys doing today? We're back with a new video on the channel. Thank you very much for tuning on in, you absolute legends. And ladies and gentlemen, in today's video, we are about to write another chapter when it comes to Nintendo and their history of being complete and utter scumbags. We have ourselves an article on Dexerto that is titled, Nintendo Forces Major Speedrun Charity Event to Remove Its Games. There's a joke to be made somewhere about Nintendo speedrunning their reputation into the shitter, but they've already made it and then some. They have the souvenir to prove it. Nintendo issued a warning to a speedrunning charity event in Japan, which led to the organizers pulling its games from their lineup. As the biggest charity speedrunning series in Japan, many had been looking forward to the RTA Summer 2025 event. The marathon, which takes place from August 9 to August 15th, 2025, first showcased its lineup of games back in June. From Cuphead, Silent Hill 2 to The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, and many others, there are plenty of popular titles that gamers are familiar with. However, if there's one thing that's noticeable, it's the lack of Nintendo games. According to Automaton, there was no official explanation behind this at the time. However, now the event organizers have shed some light on the situation, revealing that the exclusion of Nintendo titles was due to them getting a warning. Now, okay, I just want you guys to really process this, okay? This is a charity event. It's charity, for crying out loud. Like, can you imagine how petty you have to be to go after a damn charity event that just so happens to use some of your gaming titles? Like, Nintendo, do you not understand the significance and the definition of what charity is? Charity is for the good, and for you to try and shit on them because you're Nintendo, you think you're the big bad wolf and you can do whatever the fuck you want, like, how fucking dare you? Like, imagine bullying a charity event of all things. Like, do you feel proud of yourselves? Do you feel like you got big balls doing that? Nah, that right there is what we call small man syndrome, which I think that you are way past the point of small man syndrome. There's nothing there. On their website, they explained that they were contacted by Nintendo and were told that as a legal entity, they would have to ask for permission in advance to feature their games during the event on June 13th, 2025. Nintendo also stated that all previous streams featuring their games constitute unauthorized use. Given that the RTA hopes to stream Nintendo games at future events, the organizers have decided to comply with the permission request and have begun negotiations with the company. Okay, I get the whole premise of asking permission. I 100% understand that. But don't you think, Nintendo, that maybe instead of pulling what you're pulling here, you could simply state to them, for future reference, ask for permission. We're gonna let you go today, but for future reference, ask for permission. If I was running things at Nintendo, at the bare minimum, that's what I would do. But I would also go out of my way to make the charity bigger and better, so that way more funds and more joy can be raised and come about from that charity event. Because of this, however, they explained that the game application guidelines and requirements are expected to change, though they'll provide information as soon as they have all the details. For now, fans shouldn't expect to see games like Mario or Legend of Zelda in the upcoming event, now that they've opened up about Nintendo's warning. As has been the case for a while now, Nintendo is known to have strict guidelines regarding its games or IP. This isn't even the first time that the company has led to something like this to happen, as back in February 2022, Super Smash Bros. Was also pulled from the EVO fighting game tournament. Like, okay, it would maybe be one thing if this event was actually collecting money themselves off of these Nintendo games and all of that, and it wasn't for charity, but that's not the case. They're not making any money whatsoever for themselves to pocket. This right here is a charity event, meaning that it's going to charity. It is going elsewhere. Is Nintendo really that ass mad that they're not making a cent out of this event and it's all going to charity? Is that really what this is all about, Nintendo? It's all about money, for fuck's sakes? Like, can you say petty and greedy or what? But you know what? Something like this, it really shouldn't be too surprising given the current drama that is the lawsuit between Nintendo and Palworld. And which, by the way, they were trying so desperately hard to shift and move the goalposts mid-case, which definitely is very suspicious, to say the very least. And you know what really baffles me is that they have been doing this type of event for years. RTA has been doing this for years with Nintendo games. Now, all of a sudden, it's an issue? Like, I just don't understand, logically speaking. Of course, when it comes to no logic, it's easy to understand because it's fucking Nintendo. They're the Grim Reaper when it comes to their customers and fun overall. I have never seen a fucking business so successful and anti-consumer at the same time. Like, that shouldn't even be a thing, but somehow it is. And need I remind you that RTA, the speedrunning charity event, is non-profit. They are not pocketing any money whatsoever. So, I just want you guys to remember that, okay? Commit that to memory. All of the funds are going to charity, meaning it is a good cause. And for Nintendo to shit on that, it's just honestly, like, it's evil. It is absolutely up and down the boards, incredibly evil, and it's rotten, and honestly, there's no defending this. There is no defending this. And I think this meme here says it best. You've committed the crime of enjoying our game in a manner which we did not intend, haven't you? So I guess playing Nintendo games at a charity event is somehow a big no-no when it comes to the big bad Nintendo. Like, what a fucking joke, man. What an absolute fucking joke of a company. Like, seriously, Nintendo, you should be honored. You should be happy that we have a charity event that's actually using your games to provide joy and progress, you know? Like, if I was running things at Nintendo, hell, I would be absolutely, like, on cloud nine. It's like, damn, that's a huge honor right there. And, again, I would do what I could to help bolster the event, you know, give it more publicity, and to have more progress and more results come from it when it comes to raising money for charity and raising and spreading joy overall. But you know what? Maybe what I'm saying is a little bit too advanced, a little bit too hard to understand for these rats at Nintendo. I mean, they are the same individuals that tried to bully a small business, all because they had the name Mario in it. But the funny thing about that case I'm referencing there is that that small supermarket actually fought back and won against Nintendo. So I'm really hoping that Palworld can duplicate that victory and whoop Nintendo's ass in legal court. Nintendo seriously needs to be humbled. They need to understand that they were built by the fans, okay? Because of the fans, Nintendo is what it is today. Don't ever forget that. But with that being said, though, ladies and gentlemen, these right here are just my own thoughts and opinions on the matter. What do you guys think? Do you guys agree with my takes, or do you guys disagree with my takes? And what are your opinions overall on the subject we discussed? Because whatever they happen to be, ladies and gentlemen, I always love to hear back from you amazing legends in the comments down below. Thank you very much for watching. Have yourself a fantastical day or night, depending on your time zone. And I'll be seeing you guys in the next video.